Special News Bulletin. Arctic blast hits. First, snowstorm of the season, West Coast, faces atmospheric river. And in space, a G3 geomagnetic storm is heading toward Earth. Ladies and gentlemen, today the United States is preparing to enter one of the harshest weather phases since the beginning of winter. What is happening on the weather maps reveals a series of simultaneous events. On the ground, Arctic air is plunging southward rapidly, pushing much of the central and eastern United States into freezing conditions, with some areas experiencing record cold. In the skies, a strong convective system is developing, bringing the risk of severe thunderstorms and tornadoes across the south-central states. On the west coast, a new atmospheric river is approaching, promising torrential rain and heavy mountain snow. And in outer space, a strong geomagnetic storm is racing toward Earth, expected to create dazzling auroras while posing potential risks to power grids and satellites. Across the nation, from the plains of North Dakota to the coast of Florida, this dramatic change will be felt within days. For the first time this year, more than 100 million Americans will simultaneously face temperatures 15 to 20 degrees below average. According to the U.S. National Weather Service, NOAA, a true wall of cold is advancing southward, accompanied by strong winds, snow, and early season freezes across the central states. Currently, the leading edge of the cold air mass has already reached the northern Great Plains, with states such as Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota reporting early morning temperatures between 10 and 20 degrees, 12 to 6 degrees. In Bismarck, North Dakota's capital, the thermometer dropped to 12 degrees this morning, the lowest of the season. Farther south, in Iowa, Nebraska, and Missouri, the cold is spreading quickly. Within the next 48 hours, these areas are expected to plunge into deep freeze, with daytime highs only between 25 and 35 degrees, and nighttime lows below 20 degrees. This early season cold snap is considered unusual, as many communities have not yet activated heating systems. From Friday afternoon through Sunday morning, the northern jet stream will dip southward, allowing Arctic air to surge deeper into the heart of the country, engulfing much of the central and southeastern U.S. Meanwhile, ahead of the cold front, warm and humid air from the Gulf of Mexico is being drawn northward, creating a powerful clash zone between two opposing air masses. This interaction is raising the threat of severe thunderstorms and even isolated tornadoes across several regions. According to the Storm Prediction Center, SPC, on Friday, November 7th, the highest risk area will stretch along a corridor from northern Mississippi through Alabama, Tennessee, and Kentucky, reaching into southern Ohio. Cities such as Nashville, Clarksville, Bowling Green, and Florence are under a slight risk, level 2 out of 5. In this zone, atmospheric instability will favor the development of supercells capable of producing hail, damaging winds, and a few isolated tornadoes. The main threat period is expected from Friday afternoon through late evening, as mid-level winds strengthen sharply ahead of the advancing front. For residents of Tennessee and Kentucky, particularly in central areas, be aware that temperatures may feel mild in the afternoon, around 70-75 degrees. But conditions will change rapidly within hours. From Friday night into Saturday morning, temperatures will drop sharply, winds will shift to the north-northwest, and heavy rain and lightning will move in. Some locations may see hail up to 1-2 centimeters in diameter. Short-term tornado warnings are also possible near the Tennessee-Alabama border between 6 p.m. and 11 p.m. Meanwhile, along the Gulf Coast, including Mississippi, Alabama, and the Florida Panhandle, the atmosphere is loaded with tropical moisture. The interaction between low-level southwest winds and the mid-level cold air could trigger strong thunderstorms near coastal areas. Residents in Pensacola, Mobile, and Tallahassee are advised to stay indoors Friday evening, with storms capable of producing 60-70 km/h wind gusts and frequent lightning. By Saturday, November 8th, as the cold front moves farther east, thunderstorms will expand into Georgia, South Carolina, and northern Florida, but weaken to a marginal risk level. While the central and eastern states brace for cold and storms, the U.S. West Coast is facing something entirely different, an atmospheric river. This system, carrying moisture from Hawaii across the Pacific, is set to strike Washington, Oregon, and Northern California tonight and tomorrow. The National Weather Service says this may be the strongest Pineapple Express event since early autumn, bringing rainfall totals of 180 millimeters, coastal wind gusts of 60-80 kilometers, and waves up to 10 meters along the Pacific shore. Seattle and surrounding areas have issued flood advisories, especially for low-lying zones near the Duwamish River. Mountain passes across the Cascades, including Snoqualmie and Stevens, may close temporarily due to heavy snow. Accumulations above 1,500 meters could reach 0.5 to 1.2 meters, raising avalanche risks and causing major travel disruptions. In Northern California, rainfall may exceed 150 meters, especially around Redding, Eureka, and the Sierra Nevada foothills. Local authorities have urged mountain residents to stock essential supplies and backup power for at least 3 days. In Canada, this same system is bringing unusually high temperatures to British Columbia, along with torrential rainfall reaching 250 millimeters in 72 hours. Vancouver is expected to be one of North America's wettest cities this week, with continuous downpours and coastal wind gusts. Back in the United States, as the west gets drenched and the east freezes, the sun itself is showing intense activity not seen in months. The U.S. Space Weather Prediction Center, SWPC, has confirmed a full halo coronal mass ejection, CME, erupted 2 days ago, and the massive plasma cloud is now on a direct collision course with Earth's magnetic field tonight. The geomagnetic storm is expected to reach G3, strong, with solar wind speeds up to 900 mph, about 1,450 km. The effects are forecast to begin on the evening of November 7th and last through the early hours of November 8th, persisting for 24 to 36 hours. Residents in northern states such as Montana, Wisconsin, Michigan, New York, Maine, and possibly even Virginia and Tennessee could witness vivid auroras if skies are clear. Astronomers note that this may be one of the farthest south aurora events in 5 years. However, this spectacle also carries minor risks: fluctuations in power grids, GPS interference, and satellite signal disruptions, especially in aviation and communication systems. The SWPC has advised energy companies to monitor induced currents to avoid overloads during peak hours. For sky watchers, tonight will be a rare opportunity. The northern U.S. sky may glow with ribbons of green and purple light, visible just after midnight and lasting until dawn on November 9th, a visual gift as the earth below freezes in Arctic chill. Back on the ground, forecasts show severe conditions covering nearly all of the U.S. from November 8th to 11. In the Great Plains and Midwest, dense cold air will interact with lingering post-frontal moisture to produce the season's first snow. Minneapolis, Minnesota could see 2 to 4 inches, 5 to 10 centimeters of accumulation. In Chicago, daytime highs Sunday will hover near 32 degrees and drop to 25 degrees, 4 degrees, overnight, with north winds gusting above 50 km/h, driving wind chills into the 10 degrees range. Highway crews have begun salting major routes like I-90 and I-94 to prevent icing. Across the Northeast, including New York, Pennsylvania, and the New England states, conditions will remain dry and mild through Saturday, with sunshine and highs around 55-60 degrees. But by Sunday night, cold air will surge south, sending temperatures below 30 degrees. Mountain areas in Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine may see the season's first light snow, marking the true start of winter in the region. In the Southeast and Gulf Coast, including Alabama, Georgia, Florida, Louisiana, Mississippi, and southern Texas, a dramatic weather reversal is on the way. Before the front arrives, temperatures will surge to 82 to 84 degrees, 28 to 29 degrees, under humid, muggy air. But once the cold front passes, temperatures will drop more than 15 degrees Celsius within 24 hours. Cities like Atlanta, Birmingham, and New Orleans will turn sharply colder by November 9 to 10, with lows dipping below 40 degrees Celsius. Even Miami and Tampa, cities rarely chilly this early, may see nighttime temperatures of 50-55 degrees, 10 to 13 degrees Celsius, the lowest since March. In the Southwest and California, heavy rain from the atmospheric river will persist through the weekend before tapering off. The system will leave behind deep snowpacks across the Sierra Nevada and northern Nevada mountains, a valuable source of meltwater for next spring. Meanwhile, Southern California, including Los Angeles and San Diego, will remain mostly dry with stable temperatures near 70 to 75 degrees. Meteorologists warn that after this first Arctic blast, a brief warm-up is expected mid-next week, but another cold mass is already forming in the Arctic, likely to return by late November. This signals a volatile 2025-2026 winter ahead, marked by sharp cold outbreaks interspersed with brief thaws, resembling the winter patterns of 2013 and 2018, both known for widespread polar vortex events. Thus, over the next week, Americans will face overlapping hazards: severe storms in the south, snow and freezing cold in the north, floods and heavy rain in the west, and a stunning aurora caused by a solar storm in space. A complex, contrasting weather picture typical of November, the gateway between autumn and winter. Before closing, let us recall the words from 1 Corinthians 15:58. Therefore, my beloved brothers and sisters, stand firm. Let nothing move you. Always give yourselves fully to the work of the Lord, because you know that your labor in the Lord is not in vain. This verse reminds us that even amid storms and cold, we must hold fast to faith, patience, and compassion. Nature changes each day, but human warmth, preparation, and resilience allow us to endure every challenge. Ladies and gentlemen, winter has arrived earlier and more fiercely than expected. Tonight, if you live in the northern states, take a moment to gaze at the sky. The aurora might appear above your home. But also, check your heating systems, prepare warm clothing, and ensure supplies are ready. For those in the central and southeastern regions, stay alert for severe weather and avoid travel during warnings. And for the West Coast, prepare for heavy rain, flooding, and potential landslides. Finally, we send prayers and well wishes to everyone watching, from Montana's frozen plains to Florida's sunny cities. No matter how harsh the season, hold on to faith, readiness, and optimism. Nature may test us, but humanity always finds a way to adapt and overcome. Thank you for joining this special weather bulletin. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to receive the latest daily updates on weather and climate. See you in the next broadcast, when we'll analyze the next cold wave expected to hit the U.S. in mid-November. Wishing you a peaceful, warm night with your loved ones. And if you can, look up at the sky tonight. You might just see the shimmering aurora above you. Good night, and see you soon.